I don't think it's any coincidence that as soon as the pandemic started in 2020, the number of illegal immigrants that flooded in, not just to our country, but to Western countries, grew immensely. In 2020, when this first started to happen, my download was they're building an army. They're building an army. That is what they're doing. So, me, many others know, and you probably do too, that what they are building is an army of people that hate the Westerners because of all the shit that our tax money has gone towards, like the destruction of their homelands, the robbery of their resources. And because of all of that stuff that we have funded through our taxes, they are not going to give one shit about you or your family when it's their turn to stand up and they are given the equipment that they need to take people out. They are not going to care. And if you think they're going to be like, say, our army would be in this scenario in other countries where they would usually, I'm hoping, be respectful to the women and the children, they're not. They're not going to do that. They're not going to give a shit. When this army is put together and they are sent out, they're going to be savage. That is what I see. They're going to be savage and they won't care. So think about why they took our guns a long time ago in this country, why they're trying to take the guns from the people in America, and why they're trying to get rid of our dogs that protect us. Why do you think they did this to the XL bullies? Because they know that that is probably our own defense mechanism if we have big dogs. So when they do collect these people up, why do you think they're putting them in hotels? These are not refugees. Where are the women? Where are the children? Why are these men not bringing their families with them? They're all fighting age men. They're all being put up in hotels which the government makes sure the owners of these hotels get rid of their own staff. Why do you think they do that? So that nobody knows what's going on in there. They supply their own staff and they're giving these people money to live. More money than what our own people on benefits are getting, or veterans, or elderly. They are making things very comfortable so that when it's the right time and they are given the go-ahead, these people are going to be very happy to do that dirty work that our own British police and our own military won't do against their own people. This is for entertainment purposes only.
Well, good day all. As you could have viewed my prior little snippet there. 3 minutes, not really snippet. Look at a little video. It's a young lass from England. And do you hear what she's complaining about? She's complaining about the open borders in England. She thinks it's going to turn out bad. She's worried about ideologies that don't mix. This is England. Now, I've known this has been going on a while. There's places in Switzerland or Sweden called Malmo. There are no-go zones. If you're white, you don't go there. If you're a citizen of Sweden, a white nationalized citizen born there, you don't go there. That's how bad it is. Like the Netherlands. Bad. Parts of it are bad. Because they have, like, hand grenade attacks. Germany has an intense rape problem. Now, if you notice something, China's not having this problem. Africa's not having this problem. The Middle East is not having this problem. Israel is not having this problem. There's only a few countries that are having this problem, like Greece, Italy, Australia, Canada, United States, New Zealand, France, Germany, Britain, Spain, Sweden, Norway. A couple other ones aren't. Like the Eastern Bloc countries. Poland, not really. Russia, Hungary, none of them. But all the other white Western countries, big problem. Big problem. They're required to take in a whole bunch of chocolate bars. So why do you think that is? I know what it is. I know what it is. It's the same way with the recent Google Gemini when you asked to show a picture of George Washington and they showed you a black dude in a white wig. Or if you asked to show medieval knights and it was black guys in armor. Or if you asked to show a happy white family, it wouldn't show it because it's not inclusive. Or if you asked to show a happy black family, no problem, here you go. First of all, that Google AI, Gemini AI, I noticed this like 8 years ago. 8 years ago, at least, when I would punch in to Google search engine, show me famous white scientists. And it would just list everybody that wasn't white. It would list the black guy that made the Super Soaker. I even put in a picture of Ben Franklin, and he was black. That was 8 years ago. So all it did was scrape Google and what Google was pushing. This is nothing new, so I don't know why everybody's so shocked at this. This has been going on damn near a decade. Nearly a decade. What's so shocking? But anyway, just thought I'd share that with you, that the Google nonsense been going on for a while, that the open borders is every white Western country, not just the United States. There's a concerted effort to bring down these countries. Why? Because we have open and free societies that tolerate a lot of people. You know, we're open. We're open. You can flourish here. We created a wonderful society. Guess what? We're going to destroy it. Whatever. Next up on my rant. Next up on the Sunday rant. Yes, it's Sunday, February 25th, 2024. And it's a beautiful day. It's spectacular. I've been up doing my usual stuff. The cooking, the cleaning, the nonsense, the videos. This is my Sunday cake, man. This is what I do on Sunday. I don't know. Kind of gives me a purpose. But anyway, I want you to look at this.
It's been over 50 years since the United States sent the first humans to the moon in what was a highly competitive space race between the US and the former USSR.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Now there's a renewed interest to return to the moon, with many more global players involved.
Russia launched its first moon landing spacecraft in nearly 50 years. India has become the first country to reach the south pole of the moon and the fourth country to ever land on the moon.
China sent its youngest ever crew to its orbiting space station today as the country reiterated plans to put astronauts on the moon by the end of the decade.
This morning, history is being made. The first U.S. lunar lander in more than 50 years is on its way to the moon's surface.
Japan has made history as the fifth nation to successfully land on the moon.
There's renewed interest in the moon. We're going back to learn to live in a deep space environment for long periods of time so that we can go to Mars and return safely.
The moon is a proving ground. We need to get to the moon. Humanity needs to get to the moon in order to learn how to live in space.
We can see the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who is here to encourage us, and he is critically looking at the visuals.
जी हाँ, आप अपनी स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं कि हम लैंडर मॉड्यूल
People are applauding. Let us all wait to hear from the Secretary Department of Space and Chairman ISRO, Shri S. Somnath.
लैंडर मॉड्यूल पूरी तरह से
With the slim lander, Japan has made space history, becoming the 5th nation to execute a soft touchdown on the lunar surface. But you can tell from the faces at Mission Control that while they made the landing, they didn't exactly nail it.
The solar cell is not generating electricity at this point in time.
What went wrong? Possibly the lander failed to settle the right way up, like in this animation, and its solar panels are pointing at the lunar surface instead of the sun. But they're talking to their probe, and it successfully deployed 2 miniature rovers equipped with cameras which could, in the coming days, reveal what's happened and whether it achieved its key objective, demonstrating a precise landing for future lunar prospecting.
Tonight, history is made in Space City.
Nearly 55 years after Neil Armstrong took the first steps on the moon, a Houston company called Intuitive Machines has put a lander on the lunar surface.
Our Matt Doherty joins us from the Johnson Space Center with what this incredible achievement means for the future of space flight. Matt.
The CEO of the company called this a nail-biter up until the moment they were able to confirm it had successfully landed on the moon. As the Odysseus lunar lander got closer to making its descent on the surface of the moon, there were problems. The spacecraft lit its engine for an 11-minute burn, one of the last things it had to do before landing. Then communication was lost. The craft's rangefinders weren't working. Odysseus, or ODI as it's been nicknamed, used its experimental LiDAR navigation, which allows it to land autonomously without communication from Earth. The time came and went, and the team on Earth still hadn't made communication with the craft. Minutes later, a faint signal from ODI was detected, and the crew on Earth was able to confirm it had made it.
What an outstanding effort. I know this was a nail-biter, but we are on the surface, and we are transmitting, and welcome to the moon.
Odysseus has found his new home.
Yeah, because, you know, apparently a private U.S. company landed on the moon. And not just that, this year alone, 3 countries have landed on the moon. No astronauts, because that's old shit that we don't know how to do no more from 50 years ago. But, do you see the footage? Do you see the footage that they're passing off as moon landings? And then the one for the United States, they said they didn't even turn on the cameras because, I don't know, they didn't. And, it's just a bunch of guys saying they landed on the moon. Okay, next week, I'm going to tell you I landed on the moon. Are you going to believe me? Why not? I'll show you some footage. I'll show you some cartoons, man. Come on. I'll put some creators. I'll put a great curtain back here. Or I'll put Mission Control. I'll do a Mission Control green screen. Yeah, I landed on the moon. What is the point of this? What is the point? Good Lord, what is the point? People believe this? And it's not even good, like, I know Stanley Kubrick died, but, I mean, you don't want to spend the money on real CGI? Do you see the India one? Woo! Oh, boy. It doesn't, dude, there was Saturday morning cartoons that look better than that. And people, I guess, do people believe this? I mean, I would imagine most people who watch my channel may believe it or may not believe it. But what do you think of that? It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So they're going to show all that, and we just landed some lunar landers on the moon. And we went there 50 years ago. Okay, Trudy. So what else? What else happened? So, yeah, Trump trounced Nikki Haley. There's so much going on in the news. There's so much to report, yet there's nothing really to be said. Because it's all ridiculous. It's all ridiculous stuff. So much to report, but not much to say. Because at this point, it's redundant to say the same things over again. But, so Trump trounced Nikki Haley in her home state of South Carolina. And, so if they let Trump get back in, what's going to change? Is he going to be able to do anything? Or are they really going to crash everything just to blame it on him? That's the scenarios I'm saying. Two scenarios. There won't be an election because he'll do some black swan, false flag, catastrophic event. As you saw with the AT&T outages, cyber pandemic, as I talked about 4 years ago. Or they'll let Trump get in, and they'll use him as the scapegoat as they collapse everything. I don't know, just some thoughts. But here's something that really gets my goat. This is me in the supermarket. You want to see a little tiny microcosm of what's going on in the world? Here. This is me looking at the price of Vienna sausages. With that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. I gotta go out there and do some other things. Peace, prayers, be good. Dude, I'm fucking bugging. You see this shit? Fucking Vienna sausages, right? This shit was all day, every fucking day, 49 cents a can. Look, $1 fucking 19. Was 129. Fuck you, Joe Biden, with your fucking bullshit lies, you motherfucker. $1.19 for fucking tiny can of Vienna sausage.